Hey everybody, this is Coach Rob here from the Windy City Fieldhouse and the Windy City Sports Academy. I hope everyone's doing well. What we're going to do today is a sort of gym class, although you could better label it as a workout. And this is geared for kids that are about 7 years and older. But if you have younger kids or parents, if you have a kickball like is suggested, enough for anyone at home, anyone is free to do any of these and also modify these as you see fit, okay? So one disclaimer I do want to put out there, we're going to be using that kickball. The reason is because it has a little bit of give. We're going to be squeezing the kickball or like putting our feet or our body weight on the kickball. And one thing that I want to warn you about is if you do start to do these things with me, where you're squeezing and you're really working your muscles really tightly, but you start to feel any type of adverse reactions to that, right? A headache is not common, but I myself have been going through this with the ball that was not appropriate, squeezing, and then found myself with a pretty throbbing headache thereafter. As long as you do this with the ball that is squishy, you'll be fine, okay? So just do this at your benefit in terms of knowing what your limits are, and we're gonna start with the stretch right now, all right? So super simple. Anyone that's at home, if you want to, feel free to reach out. Say hi to me. This is Coach Rob here and Coach Ryan behind the camera.
Hi guys, how you doing? Hope everybody's well.
All right, reach up one more time. Try and keep your knees, I'm kind of cheating a little bit. I'm a little tight today. Try and keep your knees on this as straight as possible with the legs straight and let your head hang down as well, okay? Added part to the stretch here. Reach. 3, 2. A little extra there at the end, okay? Take one foot, whichever foot you want. Switch it over. This is going to tighten things up a little bit. You might not be able to go as far. Keep your balance and let the head go. 3, 2, counting slow here. Oh, don't fall. 1. Good. All right, both sides, please. Both sides. It's pretty common in anything that we do, right? If we tell our basketball players to dribble with the right, we want to tell them to dribble with the left as well. Obviously, something like shooting in basketball is not relevant, but dribbling in soccer, for example, even in hockey, being able to use the stick on both sides. Good? Okay, take your feet out to the side. So we're going to get leaning into our hips here. Take the hands on the hips. Go over to one side. Good. And really feel this entire muscle in the leg elongate. Good. Don't go so far down that you're sitting quite yet. We'll get there. Nice and easy. First time on this side. Switch back to the original side. Now go nice and deep and balance. I've moved my hands a little bit out of the way so I can really sink in. How am I doing in frame, Coach Ryan?
Oh, you're doing great. Completely in frame.
You're not losing me at all?
Not at all.
Okay.
Coach Rob, Brandon said, go Coach Ryan and Coach Rob, you're the best.
Hi, Brandon. Thanks, man. I wonder if he's participating along with us.
I hope so.
What do you think?
I think he may be.
Okay, that feels pretty good to me. One more. Keep it right here with the legs out wide. Head hangs down. Try and touch the floor again.
Coach Rob, if somebody feels a lot of pain when they stretch, what do you think that they should do?
A lot of pain. Well, know your limits, right? A lot of times if you're a little bit over positioned, for example, like if someone is really going for a deep split here, your entire base of this stretch is going to be painful, right? If that's too much for you, just modify it a little bit, okay? A lot of times when you stretch, that pain can be associated negatively, but I encourage you to, if it's possible, breathe into every stretch that you do and just try and elongate every part of your body, okay? We'll do one more standing stretch. This one's a little bit intricate. You're going to try and take one leg and keep it completely straight as the other leg is also staying straight and goes back, okay? So you're almost like tilting at the hips, and then you're also going to add in both of your hands reaching down to the floor, okay? So, just like that. Try and control it a little bit. You don't want yourself just to fall to the floor. I did that a little bit last time. Much better. Okay?
Coach Rob, are we trying to keep our legs straight in that stretch?
Try and keep your legs straight, yep. I might not be giving you the best example.
Well, it's as much as possible, right?
You got it. Good. I'll do both sides 2 more times. Nice and in control though, okay? Get the most out of every movement here. All right, you're going to be happy if you're following along with me once I show you what I have in store, okay? Good, one more. Let me try and keep my legs straight as possible here. I feel it bending just a little bit. That's my body knowing how much I can actually stretch. All right, go ahead and sit. So, we'll go ahead and start. Why don't we start in like a butterfly here? Hands around the ankles, elbows pushing down on your knees, right? Go ahead and fold your body over. Go forehead to your toes, okay? You can pull your body forward if you're holding on to your ankles. Your elbows can push the knees further into the floor. Good. Come back up. Keep your back rounded. I'll turn sideways. Let's add a little bit more into what we did last week. Let's start to advance these stretches a little bit, right? As you come back up, did you see how my back just went from being really, really curved and slowly elongating there? Once you have that elongation, try and keep it as you then go back to your toes. And then fold over. Good, coming back up. Unrolling in 3, 2, last one here. Go forward with a nice straight back. Keep going, your head should be at your forehead right now. That did make sense. Your forehead should be to your toes right now. Good, and then come back up and keep breathing, okay? Let's go, legs out in front. Same type of thing here. Try and stay nice and straight and then fold over. Good, go ahead and do that. We're gonna do this to the middle, right? And then we'll go ahead and open it up. Keep staying in the middle for now, I'm just showing you. Once we do that, we'll come in the middle and then go to each side, okay? So, roll back up. Try and take your hands over your head now and bring that down with you, right? Fold everything down together. Bring all your muscles together and breathe. 3, 2, 1, roll back up. Now take the legs out wide. Once again, the big thing for me, my big problem here is my hips. It's hard for me to really get my body situated up and over my hips like that, right? So whenever I do this, that's what I'm concentrating on. Some people might be able to totally get their hips positioned right with the top of their body and go all the way chest to floor. That's fantastic if you can do that. Go ahead and try it, okay?
Coach Rob, Chris wanted to thank you for all these stretches.
That's awesome.
He said he was in great need of them.
Yeah, I could probably do these more often myself. These feel really nice once you get into them, okay? Let's go over to the left side. It'll look opposite for you. Good. You can go ahead and keep yourself leaned over and switch sides. Nice long stretch here. We're about to get to the good stuff. This is really important, especially once you get into more intense training, okay? Good. Let's go back to the middle. And then come on back up, okay? Awesome job. So, if you want to go ahead and shake out your legs a little bit so you feel nice and loose, go ahead. We're going to move into the part where we're going to start to use our ball, okay? You're also going to need, if you have one, a yoga mat or just any spot on the floor, okay? So I'll get some water. If you need to, go ahead. And then once we come back, we're going to get into using that ball, okay?
Coach Rob, what'd you do this weekend?
This weekend, well, I didn't go outside much.
Were you able to take a little walk?
I don't get out on walks, really. I have to be honest. You know what I have been rewatching is some of my favorite movies, though. Some of my favorite trilogies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Like The Lord of the Rings?
You just plucked that right out of my head. You just plucked that. And the other one.
And the other one, I mean, there's a couple other ones, you know.
Related.
Related? Would that be The Hobbit?
Oh, you know it.
The Hobbit.
I'm a sucker for those movies.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Okay. Let's get into it, huh? I'm going to lay sideways for you, and you can do this in whatever position you want. This is really just so you can see what each of these workouts look like, okay? So the ball's going to start between your legs. I had to burp there for a second. My apologies. Lay on your back. And you're going to have to squeeze the ball between your feet and bring it up, okay? Now, I want you to touch the ball, but don't grab it quite yet. Leave it there and go back down, all right? So As I said the last time that I showed you the RDL stretch, which is when you stretched to the floor with your hands and one foot came up behind you, you want to try and really focus on each of the parts of your body as well as isolate the certain groups, okay? Now I just passed the ball. We're going to get here in a second. Ooh. We're going to get there in a second, but for now, bring it up. You can do no touch if you want. But what I really want you to do is engage your core as well, all right? So, touch. And my point that I was going to make earlier is control everything down to the floor. That was no control, right? So, if you need to, you can resituate everything. We're going to go ahead and get into some sets here, okay? They're going to go quick. I want you to try and keep up with me if possible. If I'm going to be sweating through, I want you to, okay? What's up, Coach Ryan?
Coach, when you say engage, do you mean like make a muscle? What do you mean?
Well, I think about it in terms of really feeling what part of the body is working, right? So if you were to just pick up these legs, obviously the legs are working, but even more than that, I'm feeling the center of my stomach or my tummy start to tighten up, and that's my abdominal muscles, right? So if you can think past just the lifting of the legs and engage that primary muscle group, that's what I'm talking about, okay? So a lot of the things we're going to do here are going to, I keep saying that word engage, they're going to use essentially different parts of your body or muscles that you maybe haven't used a whole lot. So it's going to feel a little bit maybe unfamiliar at times. And I just want you to really grab onto that feeling, right? That's working the muscles. But let's get into it. We'll do 8. All right? Go. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, 4. I'm keeping this going. Not just with my hips. 5 and my legs. 6, but I'm letting my abs. 7, one more. Help out with this entire process. 8, good. We're only taking 10 seconds here. 10 seconds here, so please breathe. Coach Ryan, you taught me a really good thing last week, something to do with my hands if I need to breathe.
That's right. So sometimes when we're running around or even if you just feel a little out of breath, you want to see if you can put your hands on top of your head. It kind of clears up all your muscles and allows your lungs to reach their maximum capacity with oxygen.
You ready to go again? We got 2 more of these. Let's get it. Thanks, Coach Ryan.
I hope you guys are counting along with Coach Rob, staying with him. If you can't, that's okay.
4.
He's doing 8. Maybe
5.
you guys do 4 if 8's a little
6.
bit too tough.
7. 8.
And remember to make sure to engage your core. That's your tummy muscles right there. The biggest reason why is because it helps everything along with what you're doing. If your core is strong, it stabilizes the other parts of your body to make sure that they're working in unison with the exercise that you're trying to do.
Okay, so can we add in that other part now, where we pass the ball from feet to hands? Let's try and get 2 reps of this in here too. You know, I was starting to feel my legs tighten up a little bit at the end. If you need to shorten the amount of reps that you do it. 6 or 5, whatever you need, okay? Here we go again. Get ready. And watch me. Whenever you bring these up, you're also going to take that ball. Boom. As the feet go down, the hands go down. Okay? This is my second one. Keep going now. Why don't we get to 5 on these?
Great job, Coach.
That was 4. Thanks, man.
If you guys are able to exchange the ball just like Coach Rob's doing, you're doing a great job. If you have to modify your exercise to do 4 instead of 8, that's okay too. And then another modification is instead of passing the ball back and forth, just try and reach as far as you can. And if you can't grab the ball and transfer it, just touch it and let it go back down.
Okay, so I just wiped off my mat there. I'm getting a little bit of my moisture right on the mat. But I want to finish this out, okay? So I want to shoot for 5 more. Again, I'm feeling it right here, so I might have to cut down what I want based on what I know my body can do, okay? So we're going to once again Whatever variation you want, go ahead and do it, but I'm going to pass the ball from feet to hand. Here we go. 1.
If you guys notice, Coach Rob is trying to stay in rhythm. The best way to make sure that you maintain balance through your exercise and get as much as you can is to see if you can do it in a type of rhythm. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is an example of a quarter beat. However, if you need to do a half beat with your exercise, go for it.
Awesome. So I think I got 4 done there, okay? If you're able to, take a quick break. Breathe, okay? I want to know, if you're doing this at home, how many reps were you able to do? We did 2 sets of each of those variations. I did 8 and 8, and then I did 5 and 4, all right? So I almost made it. If you can, tell us what you got, and I'm going to set up the next thing that we're going to do. I switched sides because I like this view better. Just kidding. We're going to put the ball between our knees, okay? Okay, so hopefully everyone can see me okay down here. What we're going to try and do is squeeze this ball between your knees as tight as you can. I'm doing it right now. I'm not sure if you can see the ball or not, but it feels like I am trying to crush this kickball. I did for 8 seconds, and then I released for 3. 8 seconds, all right? And this is what I talked about with those muscle groups that are going to be worked out right now that might feel unfamiliar. 7, 8. It's this inside part of your leg here that is really working intensely on both sides, all right? So let's go ahead and try this again. We'll count out together. We'll do our first set. Are you ready? It literally is just squeezing the knees together, okay? Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax.
Nice job.
Ready? Go ahead. 8, 7, 6, 5. It really feels like this ball might pop at any second. Your legs are so strong, but keep going. Push as hard as you can and stop. Okay? We'll do 1 more of these. Go! Keep going. Push yourself. Push yourself. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and stop. What do you think? Do you feel the burn? I can totally feel it right there in that part of my body that I told you about that are right on the insides of my thighs.
Another thing for you guys to focus on when you're doing that drill especially is the arch of your back, the small arch of your back. You want to try and visualize it flat on the floor. So when you do that, it engages your muscle core a little bit more, which helps to isolate the muscles that you are using and stabilize your body as a whole.
Yeah, that's great. And I think the part of that we don't want would be something like this. Where
Correct.
Maybe you can even see there's like a gap right now between my back and the floor. That's not what we want, okay? So it's situated all the way down. Okay? Now, with that same idea, that was well timed, Coach Ryan. We're going to push our feet into the floor and raise up our hips. Now, this is the same thing. You don't want to overextend, right? And hurt, okay? Think of yourself as having like a board from your knees and to your back, so it's all straight and stiff. Now we're going to try and do that same thing. Lift it up in the air. So this is what I'm talking about, right? Our legs are working like I just told you, and what are we engaging now, everyone? The abs.
Gotta engage the abs.
I'm at 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come down. We're not waiting for long. 3 seconds. Breathe here. 2. Back up. Nice and straight. Go. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we'll do it one more time. I really hope that you're being able to find that nice balance of lifting up the hips and squeezing the thighs and tightening your core, okay? Ready? Last one. Keep going here.
Make sure that you guys are breathing the whole time too. I'm sure that you can hear Coach Rob. He's exaggerating it a little bit just so that you can hear.
3 seconds.
But it's really, really important that you breathe just to make sure that your oxygen is flowing throughout all your exercises and that your body doesn't, for lack of a better word, seize up on you to where it locks.
Yeah, well said. I can start to feel a little bit of that sensation in my legs, right? So this is a good time if you want to shake things out. This is exactly why we stretch, right? You go into something like this cold, start to do intense movement like that, where you're putting a lot of strain on muscles. That could not go well. We're gonna do one more thing standing, okay? Whew, you sweating over there? I feel like it's worth it though. What we're gonna try and do now, and really everything that we've done today can be taken as a small snippet to then be either repeated or elaborated on. All right, so same thing here. Take your ball right in front of your chest. Get a nice good stance so you feel strong. What you're going to do is you're going to take your palms and just push them towards each other. Let the resistance of the ball work your arms, okay? If I turn sideways, you can notice that it's almost like a straight line, right? You don't want to get funky with anything. Keep everything nice and straight. And relax, okay? If we do that together, we'll go for like, let's call it 5 seconds, all right? But it's gotta be intense. It can't just be a little push. I wanna see, maybe you can even see it with me. The ball's moving a little bit as I'm balancing it for 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and stop. We're not stopping for long though, all right?
And make sure you guys are still engaging your core. Even though you're standing up, you can tighten your ab muscles to help along with this exercise.
Go ahead and go. Part of your breathing will naturally do that for your core too. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, so that's right in front of the chest. I'm sure you can probably feel that right there in the middle and on the outside of those muscles. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands with our fingers pointed down and squeeze, okay? We're going to show you one more after this, but this one's tough. Keep your arms long, try and push the palms together and go. 5. 1 second and stop. So it looks the same, but I'm sure if you did this as tightly as I did, you can already feel different parts of your arms working, okay? Try it again. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Good. Okay, so the first one was in front of your chest. The second one's in front of your hips. The last one we're going to do before I send you off is right in front of your face. All right? So we'll do just one of these. Ready? Right in front of your face. Fingers are pointed up. Push in. Go ahead and go. Push. 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay. A little bead right in the bridge of my nose there. All right, so the last little thing I want you to do here is move your ball from top to bottom and bottom to top. Okay? So we're gonna do this 3 times, all right? As we do that, I'm gonna send you off, all right? Go ahead and start, bottom to top. Make it an 8-second count, right? 8, 7, 6, 5. You're in the chest now. 4, 3, bringing it up. 2, 1, and pull it down. Go. So I hope that this was valuable for you. Keep going down. Do it at your own pace if you want. Take a stop between each one. I know that I got a pretty good work in here. So if this kind of thing was beneficial for you, if you want to see more of this type of stuff, let us know. If you'd like us to do more sport-related content, please leave that in the comments below. We want to bring you whatever is going to be most relevant, okay? So thank you again. I'll do one more, but take care.